It's been a while, kids, but we're going back.
Don't say it, don't say it.
Back to Transanity.
No, God!
A transmental lawmaker is upset that Donald Trump's executive order on banning Transanity
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
from the military is upsetting him.
It is ma'am.
Oh, what a pity. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this. One of the criteria for serving in the military, you must be physically and mentally fit.
It's true.
I'll leave that right there. But it's what's next. What's up, kids? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Daily Dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. Well, with everything going on between the fires, between the cold in the East Coast, Donald Trump's executive orders, illegal immigration crackdowns, my Eagles going to the Super Bowl. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of issues going on right now. A lot of topics. But sadly, kids, this is one of them that will not go away for the foreseeable future. We're going back to Transanity. Yes, dudes who like to feel pretty. You gotta love these stories. A Minnesota lawmaker who happens to live in the world of Transanity is upset and bashes Donald Trump for his executive order on getting rid of transmentalism in the military. Like I said in my intro, one of the criteria for being in the military, you must be physically and mentally fit. And I'll throw in sound of mind, but that's just me. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Transmental lawmaker bashes expected Trump executive order on trans service members. Yikes. A transmental Minnesota lawmaker has argued that President Donald Trump's expected executive order to ban those who identify as trans from serving in the military, quote, will only hurt our military and less ready. Less ready. Okay. State Representative Mr. Fink, a dude who likes to feel pretty, became Minnesota's first transmental lawmaker in 23, Breitbart News reported. In Monday's segment with CNN's Pamela Brown, who of course no one watches, the activist politician addresses reports on incoming executive order, which is aimed at reinstating Trump's ban on openly transmental enlistees and prohibition of military-funded medical transitions from first term in office. Quote, there's no evidence anywhere that has been presented that transmental service lawmakers are anything but qualified to be part of our military service. Yeah, I like to see those findings, but sure.
There is no evidence anywhere that has been presented that transgender service members are anything but qualified to be a part of our military service. The military is the largest employer of transgender Americans. You heard up to 14,000, 15,000 members identify as trans. And
Wait. 14 to 15,000 members identify as transmental in the military. More than Hollywood. Okay.
And 56 of our retired generals have said that our trans members are ready to serve. They are fit to serve. This will only make our military less ready to serve by taking 15,000 people who volunteered out of service.
So the order also talks about, as Natasha noted, this fact sheet. It said it can take a minimum of 12 months for an individual to complete treatments after transition surgery, which often involves the use of heavy narcotics.
Yeah, let's leave that right there. Quote, the military's largest employer, Transmental Americans, the state representative said, up to 14 to 15,000 members. Yeah, I want to see paperwork. I want to see your receipts on that. Brown then offered up the text to report executive order opinions from formerly transmental service member, leaving Fink stumped. Quote, it could take a minimum of 12 months for an individual to complete treatments after so-called transition surgery, which has involved use of heavy narcotics, Brown read from a White House document obtained by the outlet. In this time, they're not physically capable of meeting military readiness requirements and continue to require constant medical care, i.e. physical, i.e. mental care. This is not conducive for deployment of other readiness requirements. Referring to Chuck Beck, former Navy SEAL who famously came out as transmental woman before decided, hey, you know what? I got to be smart. I need to go back being a real man. Brown said, he told me he agrees with what President Trump is doing and said they are 100% unfit for duty. Quote, I'm curious, why do you say all that? The CNN anchor said. After a pause, Fink responded, I would say those who are decisions that are best made by the doctors and patients. This is another version of our political discriminatory MAGA Republicans trying to use pseudoscience to try to discriminate against an entire demographic of people. Entire demographic of people. You represent less than 1% of the country, but yet that's a demographic. Oh, okay. The White House document on upcoming executive order reviewed by Breitbart notes that the directive will require the Department of Defense to update its guidance regarding trans-identifying medical standards for its military service and to rescind guidance inconsistent with military readiness. Guess what? Who's the DOD? That will be one Pete Hegseth, so nice. Newly confirmed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, speaking of, will be directed to update medical standards within the department to ensure they prioritize readiness and lethality, and to prohibit the use of invented and or identification-based pronouns in the Department of Defense. In an Instagram post last week, Fink instructed fellow trans-identifying people to keep fighting against Trump's executive order. My thoughts. The fact of the matter is that now we have a DOD SecDef, P. Hegseth at the helm. Things are going to be a-changing. Yes, the woke initiatives, the DEI initiatives, the pronoun initiatives are going to be wiped clean from the military. I will say this for a third time. One of the criteria for being in the military, you must be physically fit and you must be mentally ready. You must be mentally fit and sound of mind because, and I'll use this, I'm sure not the first time this has been said, that if you're in a foxhole with somebody and they got your back, do you want somebody who's not all there? Or do you want somebody who's actually all there to watch your 6, to watch your 12? Just saying. But this is something that should have been done during his first term. He actually didn't have any legs behind it, any teeth behind it. Now he does, especially now that he has P. Hegseth at the helm. So, like I said, things, they are changing, and I still want to see receipts for 14,000, 15,000 transmental service members. I want to see that because I don't believe it. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show, and we'll see you next time. Peace.